Mark Media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, no buga buga there, don't care it, no sugar there, and we want no pity there, man, no pity there, man, please no pity there, man, no pity there, man. Call me all red, white and blue, how we become victorious, forgot then we get no clue. No buga buga there, don't care it, please don't care it, don't care it. From let's support Lone Star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. Production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, no buga buga there, don't care it, no sugar there, and we want no pity there, man, no pity there, man, please no pity there, man, no pity there, man. Call me all red, white and blue, how we become victorious, forgot then we get no clue. No buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, don't care it. From let's support Lone Star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a Mark Media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, no buga buga there, don't care it, no sugar there, and we want no pity there. No buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, don't care it. From let's support Lone Star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a Mark Media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, no buga buga there, don't care it, no sugar there, and we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Call me all red, white and blue, how we become victorious, forgot then we get no clue. No buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, don't care it, no sugar there. From let's support Lone Star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a Mark Media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, no buga buga there, don't care it. no scatter. And we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Call me all red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? For God, then we get no clue. No buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. Don't care it. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. No buka buka there. Don't care it. No scatter. And we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Call me all red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? For God, then we get no clue. No buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. Don't care it. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. No buka buka there. Don't care it. No scatter. And we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Call me all red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? For God, then we get no clue. No buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. Don't care it. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. No buka buka there. Don't care it. No scatter. And we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Call me all red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? For God, then we get no clue. No buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. Don't care it. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buka buka there. Don't care it. They don't care it. No buka buka there. Don't care it. No scatter. And we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Call me all red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? For God, then we get no clue. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it, don't care it, no buga buga there, don't care it, and we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Come your red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? Forgot them, we get no blue. No buga buga there. Don't care it. Please, don't care it. Don't care it. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support Lone Star to victory.
1 2 1 2.
That's alright. As we celebrate Lone Star,
I hope NSU did that. I told her she go. NSU go to press conference. She said I should go again.
Please no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Come your red, white, and blue. How we become victorious? Forgot them, we get no blue. No buga buga there. Don't care it. Please don't care it. Don't care it. From lesser balloon star to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not a toy. Oh my people, my Liberian people. Let us come together to support Lone Star to victory. Victory. And as you are coming, there is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Lone Star, no buga buga there, don't care it. And we want no pity there, man. No pity there, man. Please, no pity there, man.
Welcome to KMTV.
Hello, this is KMTV.
Start to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not for my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support those that victory. There is one thing I want to know. As we celebrate Luz Star, don't care and we want to pity them now. No pity them, please no pity them now. No pity them now. For me, you're red and blue. How we become victorious? Forgot the wicked no blue. Don't care don't care From let's support start to victory, but in peace and harmony. This message is brought to you by the Liberia Football Association, LFA. This is a mock media production. It's your boy. This name is not for my people, my Liberian people, let us come together to support those that victory. There is one thing I want to know. As we
So when I won't be having anything on your neck. Amos.
You see, a person and people that you coming there, why you coming to there? Now when you came out, showing the people here. He's not all the way around that. I want to go. You can't even go on the screen. That a big screen that he's looking at. See what I can move. Anything you do 2 seconds, you must check what else. When I shot, you can go because
Welcome to the Samarkando Sports Complex here in Painesville. This is the home of Liberian football. The stadium inaugurated in 1980 is the place that international football is due for Liberia, the Lone Star specifically to speak of at all levels. Today is another historic moment for the people of Liberia, specifically their icon, the icon of African football, His Excellency George Manneh Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. George, the man who became Africa's Best Footballer of the Year in 1989, playing for Club Tonnerre in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Found himself at the helm of AS Monaco in France, recruited by Claude Ward, the man who was recently honored by President George Weah for Arsene Wenger, who also got the highest honor of Liberia in Monrovia recently at AS Monaco. But the story of Weah goes a longer way. So today, the number 14 of the Liberia national football team will be retired. In 2003, President Weah retired from international football. And so my colleague Emmanuel Davis has now joined me here to be able to take a look at the star George Weah growing up to become one of a world-acclaimed figure to become president of Liberia.
And thank you so much, Moses. Again, for those that are just joining us, this is KMTV. We're live from Painesville outside Monrovia, the nation's capital. It's a little wet and cold in Monrovia, just in case you don't know.
Absolutely, some shower just coming through there.
Yes, so I think it's a blessing for the fans of football as we see His Excellency, the chief patron of sports in Liberia, is now hanging up the historic number 14 jersey. And this morning you were on the show, I was telling the player, or I was admonishing the player who is now coming to you know, step in this shoe. It is a big shoe to fit in, honestly.
Absolutely, it's a big shoe.
Because that number 14 is not just an ordinary
And I
jersey.
see the number lifted high up here at the SKD just before the VIP stands. You will remember this famous number 14 for Liberia that George Weah doomed for all of those years for the Lone Star of Liberia as captain, as technical director. I remember him scoring in that famous number 14 jersey, the second Nations Cup for Liberia in Mali 2002. A brilliant held against the Eagles of Mali on that fateful day. But unfortunately, a young Seydou Keita saw Liberia not having a 4-3 point in that opening fixture. So what can we say about a player who has a remarkable track mark of Liberia national team?
Well, what I want to say, Moses, you know, is a good thing to leave the field when people are cheering, when you still have the hand of applause from the spectators, from the fans. And so this was the case of current President George Weah. He flew the flag of Liberia very high outside, telling the world that, look, Liberia is not only noted for war, but Liberia is a country that can be truly represented outside. And so I have come to fly high the flag of Liberia. So today, I mean, almost everyone that is coming here, I listen to some of the people even at the entry talking about the match or the ceremony may end at 8, 9, 10 o'clock, but their own ceremony will end by 2, 3 in the morning. So I mean, it shows how appreciative the people are about this soccer figure we're talking about.
In fact, Emmanuel, just to run you through quickly, for George Weah, the player we're talking about, who has turned out to become the president of Liberia, as we said, came from, he grew up as a young player for Young Survivors FC, later on to Matthew Barrow. I learned that he didn't make a success at the level of Barrow, then move on to Invisible 11, where he became that star-studded player, leaving the shores of Liberia for Tonnerre in Cameroon, later on to Monaco in France under Arsene Wenger. From Monaco, we are still on to Paris Saint-Germain, one of the biggest football clubs in France's history. You will know that the likes of Neymar, the likes of Angel Di Maria from Argentina, are all the roster. Even George Weah The third, Tumete Weah, is also on the roster of Paris Saint-Germain at the moment like we speak. So as we speak now, the players are marching onto the podium, led by Captain President George Weah against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You may be aware that you don't know that the Super Eagles are a very friendly nation to the people of Liberia, because on football field, away from football, Liberia is having a great deal of good bilateral relations with Nigeria. So turning out for this international fixture, I know that it's not an easy thing playing at the weekend and coming to play another international friendly. I saw the likes of Kalichi and Ajicho from former Manchester City, also from here, Paso, Nigeria introduced. Like you see, the Liberian number 14 jersey lifted up high. But let's just recognize Orange is our official sponsor for this broadcast here today at the SKD Sports Complex.
Orange Liberia, the biggest network provider in our country, like you said, is the premier sponsor. Proud to be associated with her in these processes. But Moses, let me say one thing, because I know you have most of the historical facts about President George Weah, even from his youthful age.
I would just hold you there. The national anthem of Nigeria. Yeah, I think it's a whole there. We were trying to see whether we could take the national anthem of Liberia, but you were talking about George Weah.
Yes, I know. You, like I said, you have almost all of the historical facts about this legend, this soccer legend, European best, African best, and all of the good things he did for Liberia. Now, let me tell you, this is a man that came from Islam community, Gibraltar. He did not live a good life, but yet he was still determined to be someone in that profession. And I mean, he reached the peak, he hit the point, and he made that mark. So we are so proud of him as a country. We are proud of him as Liberians. Let us try to delineate between sports and that of politics. This has got absolutely nothing to do with politics. This is about the entire country, what an individual did. And I think he perpetuated this when he was, on the field of play. And so, if you were to ask me, my voice is clearly explaining to you that I'm exceedingly humbled and I'm profoundly gratified to be here today at the SKD in Pinsville. But again, many thanks for joining us. Let me say one thing. Let me say, this is not something that I'm bragging, but I don't think any other media institution, when it comes to these coverages in Liberia, actually reach the pedestal. I think we've reached this mark, and we're hoping that we can transcend, because that is a dream for Liberia. That is a dream for KMTV to go far, to go beyond the expectation of the normal way broadcasts are done in this country. And so we are here on SKD. You are seeing for yourself President George Weah officially hangs his jersey number 14. It is a very big number. Moses, I know you will do most of the talking, so from the onset we will be in, and we will be here as well, watching, giving our own critical analysis about the events. So the national team of Nigeria is now in play.
Okay, the national anthem of Nigeria.
That's the national anthem.
That was the national anthem of Nigeria. Next will be the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia. All right, the national anthem of Liberia, led by George Weah, the player George Weah, not the president George Weah. So quickly, we will run through the lineup. First, the visitors. John Ogu is the captain for Nigeria today, and the goalkeeper is Izewa Ikechukwu. As usual, he was between the stakes for Nigeria at the FIFA 2018 World Cup in Russia. Jermaine Collins, Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi comes from Leicester City in England. Ajayi Odezo Atibo, Peter Atibo in Wakari Kalichi. Chukwumeka Onyekuru is also on the Nigerian listing. Chukwu Enwonko, Chukwuman Obi, Joel Obi, Azim Shirozi Collins complete the listing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And for Liberia starting lineup, Tommy Songo, as usual, keep his place in the starting lineup. Jeremy Segbe and Luscious Samojola alongside Tia Dennis are in central, are in defense alongside Avi Makona. Mwefi Dole from Claude Liberes of Claude Liberes is also on the lineup. Zayuma coming in the lesson today, Ebenezer Solo and James Salinsa Diba. The Miracle Man is part of this all-important international friendly. Just to inform you that this match is brought to you by Orange Liberia, one of our prime sponsors of international football. Just to run you through again, George Weah is the captain of Liberia. He's wearing the number 14 jersey. William Jebo scored his 10th international goal in 11 appearances for the Lone Star. Ashley Williams is into the lineup today. Ashley Williams, he's on the bench alongside Bill Bay, Adolphus Marshall, Kemu Kamara, Sheku Sharif, Anthony Lafort, Savannah Snimler, Sekou Kone Pashemo, and Joel Johnson fall to the bench after the 1-0 draw with DR Congo. For the Nigerian substitute, Dana Pai, Gideon Duru, Sunday Odor, Damalari Adetunji, Kariu Ojim, and Karichi Henicho, formerly of Manchester City, as well as Orumeliki Anikai Edeli of Nigeria. That's the lineup for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They are making their appearance in Liberia after a very long time. The last time they were here, they were led by Peace Be to his Archers in a competitive match. It was a friendly encounter. They were led by the late their late coach. But today they are here and they duck out to make sure that they grace this all-important occasion. George Weah and James Salinsa Diba. KMTV coming to you live here from the Samarkand Sports Complex. I'm here alongside the entire crew, Emmanuel Davis and Ronald Jackson, Alexander Wiapla, Emmanuel Dojaine, Josiah Weah, and behind the cameras, Amos Kozau, as well as Godfrey Badu, Augusta Walker as well, and the kickoff is taken. Sayuma, 19 years old. Liberia, Oscar Mwefi Dole finds Sayuma. Yuma goes to his right back. It's a playing position for Tia Dennis, the former captain of the national team. Long ball is intercepted by the Nigerian Ajayi. Push one high up on the far side. And the chase is up from Avi Makona, who's playing from the left side. Makona hasn't had a very good time for Liberia. The last time he was on the lineup, he came out as a substitute against Togo in the Nations Cup qualifier in Monrovia, where we settled to a 2-0 draw. We were leading 2-0. Send it away. Nigeria. I know it's going to be a time that George Weah will have an opportunity to get a goal. Onyekuru is there turning around, finds his teammate on the far side. It's just pushed across too high for Collins. So Liberia will have a throw-in. For right back, it's going to be Jeremy Sigbe. Sigbe was a regular in the Wafu Nations Cup, throws it, but it's intercepted just across the touchline. Captain George Weah wearing his white boots. He said, I want to take the throw. He takes it to William Jabo. Jabo is wearing number 20 today. His regular is number 10. Oscar Dolly, he's bailing, but it's intercepted onto Collins. For Nigeria, it's been a great move because I think the Nigerians are trying to be a bit patient. This is Nigeria on the far side. So who's wearing number 10 is Amokali. Finds his teammate. A long ball is there, just deflected. Ndidi comes from Leicester City. Nigeria now, this is Ndidi wants ball, puts it to a cross goal, but Tommy Songo, brilliant save. He got some bad time, and we're now being joined by Nathaniel Sherman, former captain of BYC Football Club and goalkeeper of the Liberia national football team. He's now into club administration, taking over from Sekou Kone. He's now captain. He's now president of BYC football in Liberia. So Sherman, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're looking at the way the Nigerians are trying to be a bit patient. I think they know exactly what these matches are for, especially playing against a president and a world football icon and an African legend.
Yeah, I think I want to pay a due respect to the Nigerian national team. They try to show us some respect from the way they play. They have actually recognized that we got the president and the African icon on the field, so they try to show a lot of respect. And from what I see, I think he's going to get a goal playing with his best attacker, which is Dean Salisa Diba. And I think it's actually a good fun for us tonight.
This is Diba. I think he was trying to find we are just a moment. Diba, but the bar is just across. And it's a throw. Liberia is still missing the moments of these icons, these legends of Liberian football.
It's actually normal about missing the image of George Weah on the page. Like Argentina would miss Diego Maradona, so it's not screens to us. We always want to see James Diba or President George Weah on the feet. And I think it's a good thing for us having him right now to look at his past image and what he can do right now. I think it's kind of a joyful moment. Every time he gets onto the ball, you see all of the spectators are all cheering him up. I think it's a good moment for us.
Well, great way to welcome Sherman to this broadcast. He's going to be our lead panelist today. He will be giving us some analysis. It's just across the touchline. A bit of collision between the Nigerian fullbacks, Collins and Ogu having a bit of control. Sayuma, this is George Weah. Get away. Everything he does on the pitch receives an applause from the opposition. Tia Dennis pushes the cross. I think that was a bit of a great smile on the face of Liberians that moment.
Of course, George Weah, every time he gets onto the ball, you see a different moment. You get the crowd going up and down, and I think it's a good thing for us having George Weah as a president and also on the pitch right now. He's trying to show his skill, but age cannot permit him. But notwithstanding, I think he's going to put a very good result.
Half chance, Tommy Songo. The Leicester FC #1 was a last-minute startup for Liberia against DR Congo in Monrovia. It's now Sayuma. It's cleared away by Collins. Deep. The chase is up. And Songo will allow it to go. No, he keeps it in play. Rolls it to his former captain, Tia Dennis, who's now on the roster of Nathaniel Sherman's BYC. Diba tries to head offside against James Diba. Looking at we are retired in 2003. That's about 15 years ago. Gone into politics, but still his passion for football doesn't die at all. He's always into it. He's like every time there's a match. I think he's in the right place now that he can be able to make some of the great decisions that will affect Liberian football.
Sure. If you look at George Weah right now, he still feels football in his part of his life, and I think football will continue to be his life from the way he play and the way he do things. Right now, every moment you see on the field, every time he goes to the ball, you see people cheering him up. And I think it's a right moment for Liberia to make the breakthrough into the Nation Cup or even the World Cup from the local teams and the team we have presently. Our guys are doing very well from the moment, and I think we can make progress in the next 2 years.
Liberia can make some progress. This is Avin Makona. Push a long one for Willem Jabo to chase, and goalkeeper Nzewa Ikuchuku comes out, finds Colin Jamalu. Collins plays through the gap, intercepted in the middle of the park by Obi. Finds Collins once more. Collins turns around, finds Ndidi. It's now on to Onyekuru. Chukwuma Onyekuru is just played from behind. He looked like a little man, but his agility. He was not irregular at the FIFA World Cup, but every time he gets on the ball, his pace never dies out. So Nigeria brought some regulars, especially coming from the World Cup. I still see Kalichi and Ahicho on the bench as one of the substitute. He's now quite current at Stoke City, right? At Stoke from Manchester City. Great lad. Had a great move at the youth 20 World Cup for Nigeria. Became the top scorer in that competition. Later on for himself at Manchester City. He's been there for a long time. But at the moment, it's Nigeria with a better hand in the middle of the park. Long ball looking for Nkuru. But Nkuru was not, his touch wasn't too perfect. So Jeremy Segwe will throw. He had a very good time at the Under 20 Wafu Nations Cup. This is George Weah trying to deliver across. I think quite a moment for him. Every time he gets on it, the crowd will follow him. They're trying to give him some motivation. I think the ability, Diba is saying you have to come closer. Weah leaves it. So he's over with now. Diba posts a long one. I think it's looking for Willem Jabo, but it's taken away. Nigeria. Collins now trying to break away, but goes all the way back to Ikichuku Nzewa, their number one. Onto the right back now is Anjai. Adiso Anjai, who finds Chigozie Collins on the far side. But Anjai will fit it once more. They're playing around now. I think they're not trying to put Liberia on the back of a defensive pressure, because the Nigerian team look a bit pacey. So Ogu goes all the way back again to his goalkeeper. Jabo is trying to do the chase. But I think you don't have to use your energy. This is something like a charity. Though mind you, this match is recognized by FIFA. It's an international friendly, so definitely it's going to affect the country ranking. FIFA approved it a fortnight ago, so it's just across the touchline for a throw-in to the Nigerian side. Looking at Nigeria, they went to Seychelles, got a 3-0 away win. I think that's a good one. That's a very good result for them. This is Nigeria. Shot is there. Great block. Nice block. Collins Azawin was trying to test goalkeeper Tomi Songo, but Avi Makona was there to stop it. Nigeria now, they're moving through. There's a chance, but offside flag is raised. The offside flag. Good decision by the referee. So I think maybe we can see that one more time. It was a tight moment actually.
Yeah, it's actually a tight call, and Nigeria tried to show us some respect from the way they play, recognizing that the president of the Republic of Liberia is on the pitch, and they try to be a little bit calm with us. But I think I see if the president go off this page, we have to do is President George Weah and James Dibat. I think it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a more entertaining game. But from the local teams, I think the leg of Jeremy Singway, who plays for BYC, he got a little bit of test today to see what he can do on the international scene.
Yeah, because he got Onyekuru, who has a test on the far side. Collins getting in the area. Ellis jump. What a brilliant goal! Absolutely fantastic. Beyond goalkeeper Tommy Songo. Onyekuru Chukwuma just coming from left side, dropping inside, and a nice shot into the roof of the left-hand corner. Absolutely unexpected.
Like I said to you, I said Jeremy got some work to do, and also Tommy Songo has some great job to do tonight. Like you just saw, I think that was a beautiful play from that player of Nigeria, coming, getting the ball into the right foot and placing it in the back of the net. I think we have to wake up as a team and as a unit to see how best we can get the equalizer.
Absolutely. Like Shamo said, Nigeria were showing us some great respect, and we needed to do something so much before and Diba leaves the pitch, but matter have turned worse. That was a cracker, brilliant finish. We're still trying to see, because we've had some bit of technical glitches here to bring you our playbacks, but we'll make sure to bring it. That's why we are KMTV. Match brought to you by Orange Liberia, so you can just call for $1 and get 10 minutes to call USA and Canada. The dialing code is also there. So it's Nigeria once more. Jeremy Sigwe, just what we said, got some tests here. And moments after Shemo said that offside, the assistant referee wait from the far side, but it's just too tight. So Tommy Songo already beating once. He conceded on Sunday. He has now conceded. This time not from a set piece, but from a brilliant strike. Onyekuru with the strike just 18 yards out. You will believe that he's one of our outstanding players for Nigeria. The little man took his own time, just went past his marker, took the strike. Absolutely, that was a fantastic one. Went deep into the roof of the net, almost into the angle. It's Nigeria leading Liberia 1-0. Now, social media reactions, I also welcome here. We take due consideration with them. The far side, Nigeria. A long ball is there now for Josh. We have to chase, but I don't think they're going to give him some give. The goalkeeper, class, Sayuma. Yuma is just beating Nigeria. I think they're looking for Collins once more. Nkuru is just booking outside position. Good call by the referee. The Liberian referee side, Montgomery is the one. Sayuma goes down. The referee says you have to play on. This is an international fixture. Number 10, Wakari Kalichi, one of the regular subs at the FIFA World Cup in Russia for Nigeria. Ndidi turns away from his marker. Ndidi is moving deep, finds Collins. Collins is there. Can he deliver across in the 18-yard back? Chepset. I think he was trying to steal goalkeeper Tommy Songo.
Yeah, from the look of things, you see he tried to get the goalkeeper there on the far right, and I think that's a wrong decision for him as a winger coming in. That could be much better having a cross coming, which could be more difficult for Tommy Songo. But I think we need to pay attention to our right side. From the way we play, we see we having a lot of breakthrough into our team from the right side. And the president of Georgia and James Salins Adiba have caused our team a little bit being slow, but notwithstanding, we have to take into consideration this is an honoring march to His Excellency George Manawia, and we also have to play in accordance with his tempo and his pace as well. But from the local teams, the Nigerians are trying to take the game at another level. You see them having the ball all into our back and seeing how best they can move forward. But I'm very sure that Liberia is going to get an equalizer not too soon.
Not too far, but probably trying to show some respect to the president. Maybe getting him a goal on this fateful day. That could be something absolutely necessary. This is Ebenezer Solo. Tia Dennis. This is Tia Dennis. George Weah just ahead of him. I think they're trying to ask Jamilu Collins to allow Weah go on. Jamilu says no, have to cover up. I'm defending the green and white, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is Nigeria and Kalichi finds Njai, Adisuwa Njai. A long ball is there once more. Nice pass, great connection. Tommy, Tia Dennis. Dennis tell you have some great thing with Adhilai in Nigeria with it. I think the Liberians will have to. You have to understand that you play in a match with the president and a man who knows how to play football, despite his age, despite his current position as president of Liberia.
Sure. If you can see now, His Excellency George, we are trying to tell the coach, coaches, from the way we played from the back, it looks so bad. He's trying from his body language tells you that we need to pass the ball around and get it forward. But I actually listened to the FA president of the Nigeria Federation some 2 days ago at the extraordinary congress that we got Mr. Musa Rajid as the president of LFA. He said they were going to bring the full squad. They don't want any record against Liberia into the friendly match where we'll be reading Liberia 4 and Nigeria 0. So because of that reason, he said they are going to bring the full team. And as you can see, they are playing in accordance with what he said.
I think they played 15 minutes trying to show Liberia some respect, but they were lucky. They made a use of a chance. I think that was just trying to take a shot. So it's Unyukuru who got the goal from Nigeria. So the ball is intercepted. Tia Dennis looking for George Weah. I think the referee will have to understand that this is a match that probably is intended for one player at the moment until he leaves the pitch.
Sure. From the local teams, the Nigerians are actually trying to play the game on a very high level. They are not taking into consideration this is an honorary match for His Excellency George Weah. They are going out trying to show off their full strength. So I think we will actually need to send the message to them. We need to have some chances for our president to see how best we can get a goal. I know it's going to be a crowd out to allow the fan here watching the game say he having a free goal, but I think we need to show him some respect.
Brilliant connection on the far side. This is Ndidi with it, telling his men to move forward. The Leicester City midfielder, he had a good World Cup. Ndidi finds his teammate on the far side, exchanging passes. It comes back to Ndidi, keeps sending play. Yeah, great control. I thought I traveled across the line, looking for Jamilu Collins. Place it onto Unukuru. Unukuru try to get away from Sayuma. This is Weah. He goes down. And if you can just see the playback, that would be a foul, but the referee says no, it's just a throw-in because Collins actually tripped President Weah. Remembering this famous number 14 player. Jeremy Sigwe will deliver one high up. Head up comes there. It comes there and Kuru touches it. This is Nigeria. Itibo. Itibo was a regular for Nigeria alongside Ndidi in the FIFA World Cup. Itibo once more, he controls it, finds Jamalu Collins onto Nkuru. Itibo for Nigeria onto Obi. I don't know, I think the Nigerians are used to the Obis wearing number 10. John Obi Mikel, and today we have Joel Obi. That's Chukwuma is given away by Oscar Moifi Dole of Liberia, the man from Claude in Czech Republic. Josh Weah trying to slide, do some sliding tackle. I think he's trying to add some pace to it. Great way. He's just Ndidi gives it away from George Weah. This is Onukuru taking on Jeremy Sigbe. Fans Jeremy Collins, but here Dennis, the former captain of Liberia, comes there, posted to safety. Tia never gets a bad game. He's always on top of his game. From the local scene to international, back to local scene, he's been that player that everybody can speak for.
Yeah, Tia Dennis has been one of my favorite players to play with on the field. All of the time I play for the Liberia Lone Star, he is always outstanding. He's on top again. But I think we need to see this game as an international friendly and forget about the presence of George Weah and also James Diva. As you look at the game right now, you see the Nigerian try to take the game at another level where they try to add pace to the game, and I think we need to do the same. Other than that, I think it's going to be a horrible moment for us in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, horrible moment. We're gone a little over 20 minutes into the last 25 of the first half. Collins Jemilu intercepted. Murphy Dolly. Long ball on the far side now. The chase is up. Here comes the chase. Foul. Referee says good call by the referee. I think that Liberian player can recognize his number from here. Aloysius Simonjola from all of FC Facel. I think now on the roster of LPRC Oilers. Sensational LPRC Oilers. A home-based player. The calling, the medics, it going crashing into Ogu, John Ogu. So it's gonna be not Ogu in fight. That's Chukuma Obi. So it's throwing to not a throw, but a free kick to Liberia. This is KMTV. This match is brought to you by Orange Liberia, our prime sponsor. This is James Diba trying to head best coordination between the current number 10 and the former number 10 of Liberia. A long ball looking for George Weah. Brilliant cross. Murphy Dolly, Muinset, Sayuma. Ebenezer Solo. Sayuma, just too high. The young players trying to do some build-up connection between themselves. So you won't believe that the Nigerians aren't too soft on the younger players, but they're taking their own time, at least against George Weah and James Diba.
Sure. If you look at them, every time there's a situation that have to do with George Weah or James Diba, they are a little bit casual about it. But if for any reason his ball goes to one of our younger players like Jerome or Sayuma, you see them coming all out to show off the full screen. And I'm very sure that George Weah is going to get a goal in this game from the way they play and from the local teams.
Probably he will get a gift. Probably. That's what we're expecting here. KMTV live here. Indeed, he gets away from his marker, plays a long one. I think he knows the agility of Onukuru. This is Onukuru taking on Jeremy Sigbe. Very pacey. Reminds me of Sean Wright Phillips of England. Puts a long one, but it's just away. Obi trying to play overhead, but it's Liberia. Tommy Songo. Songo, I think he has some part to play in that goal. He took as a goalkeeper. When you see a player on the arc of the goal of the 18-yard box, what comes to your mind, especially a player probably you don't know?
Yeah, from the local teams, and I saw the goal. I think you could see clearly that the player was going 5 pole left. So as a goalkeeper coming up, I think your best position is to be the middle of the goal and see how best you can part the ball over. But notwithstanding, looking at Tommy Songo, he be very young. I think I had similar era like he is doing right now. So I'm very sure that in the next 2 or 3 years, I think he's going to get better from the local teams.
Well, he's had a couple of internationals since you left the scene. So he needs to start to build up. His international pedigree as a player. A table beaten to it by Jeremy Sigbe, but good call by the referee. If you look at Nigeria, Itibo, Ndidi, and Joel Obi, 3 of them in the middle of the park, giving Liberia some bit of tense in terms of trying to control with absolutely a freshman midfield.
Sure. If you watch the Nigerian team, they actually play when where we got James Diba and His Excellency George Manawiya. They try to play with a lot of respect, but every time they do away with George Weah and James Diba, where they brought out the more younger folks, you see they've tried to put in everything what they can do. They try to raise the bar, to raise the game at a particular level. So I think our defense and our midfield need to be aware for the way they play every time they get away from George Weah and James Diba. They try to increase the pace of the game immediately they approach our defense. So
great stop by Avi Makona. I think was just trying to get ahead of Awanko. Tuchoku Awanko was just into the true ball. The corner is delivered, headed away. But Obi tries to take a shot deflection. That is the kind of ball that dislocates goalkeeper in goal. Absolutely. Tommy Sango under pressure finds Avi Makona. Makona keeps any play, puts a long one. I think looking for William Jabo. Jabo trying to get away. It's into touch. Liberia 0, Nigeria 1. The goal coming in the 10th minute of the match from Unukuru. Henry Unukuru. See on the far side now, a long ball in the area, but nobody is there. Expecting George Weah. I think Weah is playing deep in now instead of trying to point in a forward position because he's giving a responsibility to Jebo. Probably he trusts his ability.
Sure, but I think George Weah need to move into the center where he's going to play as a point number 9. From the as you look at things right now, he play as a number 7, and I think it's not a good thing for him taking his age into consideration, going forward and backward. At the moment, in his age, I think it's preferable he plays a stationary number 9 for us to see how best we can get the ball at the back of the net.
The Liberian team not jolly at the moment in terms of the passes accuracy, giving 40s and so forth. I think it's not too good. This is Nigeria. Nice turn by Chukwu. Great turn, playing that central forward position. Simeon Nwanko. His height, I don't know, tussling 3 defenders of Liberia. Great call by the referee in any way.
Yeah, as you see, he's like 6'2" to 6'3". I think he's giving a lot of problem in defense, and that we need to notice very soon to see how best we can solve that problem up. But again, I would say our midfield need to combine with the defense. That's a brilliant free kick, but going across the crossbar. And we need to wake up as a team, and we need to step up our game.
Well, that was posting no threat to Tommy Songo's goal from Itibo. So the long ball is there for Weah, but he's just been in the air, trying to use his old tricks. The last time he scored a trademark goal here like that. This is Diba. Nigeria Itibo to Unkuru. Turns around in the middle of the park, intercepted. Sayuma finds number 15 for Liberia, Aloysius Semojola. Looking for William Jabo. Jabo just beat him. I think that was a poor pass. You have to let your teammate anticipate those kind of passes.
Sure, it was very poor. I think decision making wise is kind of completely wrong. Looking at William Jabo running in the wrong direction, making a pass in also the wrong direction. I think it's not a good thing for us. We need to see how best we can connect our passes to our attacker.
Yellow card to Sayuma. Sayuma of Liberia. It's a yellow card for him, so it's free kick taken. This is Ndidi trying to swing the angle. Nigeria having a great of runs from the left hand side. I think they're not doing too well from their right hand of attack, and I see some frustration at the level of Joel not too happy on the far side, as well as I was in Collins. Ndidi trying to get away. Sayuma takes over. Aloysius plays it to William Jabo. Jabo looking for Ria. This is William Jabo tussling. Foul. Foul. I think it's a good call by the referee.
Sure, it is actually a good call. I think he tries to get His Excellency George Mano. We had some chance to go in, but from the moment he saw William Jabo onto the ball, he decided to make that call. And from the local teams, the Nigerian try to show us some respect when we are in possession. Whenever the ball gets to George Weah or James Diba, they try to give him that respect. But any moment the ball away from George Weah and attacking our goal, they try to be more serious and they try to race the game. So I think in the back we need to be a little bit serious, and we need to race our game.
We need to be a bit serious. We need to raise the tempo of our game into the final 15 minutes of the first half. This is Nigeria. Obi turns around in the middle of the park, trying to accelerate a little. It comes there to Ndidi now, trying to play the ball fast onto Collins, Jamola on the far side. Ndidi Intebo takes over, push one high on the far side for Chiduzi, but it's just across the touchline. Jabo, I think Weah has now gone to play in central forward position. A long ball. Ogu has it away. It's still going to be a mountain to climb for Liberia. This is Nigeria moving deep. What this could mean for Anwanko. He turns around, keep possession. A long cross is there. Tommy Songo taps it over. Great test for Songo. I think the fullback was trying to test Songo ability as Collins. I was trying to play the ball just over, looking like he was delivering across, but he was going for goal.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you observe every time the Nigerian get away from our midfield to the tail of the feet. In the shot, that's a goal number 2. That is brilliant. I think it's poor defending from us. We need to wake up.
What a finish! What a finish! He finally gets on the score sheet. Simeon Anwanko scores number 2 for Nigeria. I tell you, what a brilliant delivery from Itibo deep into the corner post, and Anwanko was there. Goalkeeper Tommy Songo had nothing to do. He had no answer for that, and Anwanko just held it deep into the empty net. So it is Nigeria leading Liberia 2-0. Matters have now turned worse. That's the towering 6-4. She said, approximately 6-4.
If you look at the body language now, you see George Weah, James Diba, all turned to Tommy Songo, calling him. He need to come out of the goal. He need to get the ball off. And I think it has been a regular issue for him in recent time. I remember the game with Togo that caused us not to go into the friendly match. And again, we had similar situation like this. Now we have conceded 2 goals in the same fashion. So I think he needs to wake up and he needs to step out his game.
We've had some problems with set pieces. Even the days of Nathaniel Sherman, we also had some deficiency in those areas, but not often.
Sure. It was something we identified at the time I played, that we have a lot of deficiencies. So looking at me being 6'2", I was actually taught by our coaches to see how best I could come out to get the ball to rescue Liberia. But from the local teams, we continue to have the same situation and conceding the same goal out of the time. I think it's not a good thing for us. And Tommy needs to wake up a little bit. He needs to see how best he can rescue Liberia for one moment.
Liberia, George Weah needs to do something. Absolutely. Because it's his day. The number 14 jersey I see waving all the way here. We are remembering him those days in the number 9 and number 14 shirts for AC Milan, the Serie A giants. We are trying to tap it over, but this is Jamola. It's intercepted. Nice turn, Samajola. This is George Weah. George Weah is just taken away from him. Jeremy Sigwe. Sigwe tries to put one there. It's just over the head of Weah. Brilliant delivery. I think they're trying to find his head now. They know that he got some potential in that area.
Sure. You see, our entire team tried to find George Weah or James Diva. But something you are not taking into consideration, if you look at the body language of the head coach of Nigeria standing right now into the docket, he tried to push the team to score as many goals as possible. As you see right now, he's still pushing the team even though they are 2 goals up. And I think it's not a good thing for us. And we need to wake up as a team and we need to raise our game at another level.
Absolutely. 2-0 is the scoreline. Nigeria. Liberia over better hand. Nigeria wins it back. I think they are better. They came from the back of a 3-0 victory was Seychelles in the AFCON qualifiers. Had a great run, especially where people think that we're not giving due football against Argentina. They were preferred to have gone through because the VAR didn't work in their favor in any way. I just saw that moment that time.
I think I have a lot of people complaining, and I listen to the different view of Africans how the VAR work. But I think it was a little bit helpful to us to see how best we could stabilize football around the world. And the VAR has been a great impact to our game, causing us some serious problem, and also trying to see how best we could stabilize issue in the game. Because in normal situation, there were numbers of games where we had people complaining on a different goal, which we consider not to be goal. But the VAR tried to help her out. Now Diba looks so frustrated. You see him receiving a true pass, and you thought that could be a freeway for him. But again, I would say Liberia need to wake up, and we actually need to step up our game when it comes to the tail of the feet. The Nigerians are actually taking the games to all. Every time they try to pass George Weah or James Diba, they raise the game at another level.
They raise the game at the level. They're always trying to use the right-hand flank of Liberia defense. I don't know, but like you said, Jeremy got a great deal of work to do. Nigeria leading Liberia by a goal to 0. The score line here. Ball is far on the far right hand side. At halftime, we have a full ceremony of why this occasion is taking place here in Monrovia. That's Diba. Earlier on, I think the referee was right because he was 100% in the offside position. Nice control, nice pass. Chases up. Just across. Referee says it's foul on Ebenezer. Diba now still happy. Diba is now still happy. He thinks that that call was not, but from our replay, he was 100% in an offside position. Indeed, the man from Leicester City. He's had some brilliant showing so far in the Premier League season. With 5 games already, 4 already gone. Looking for the weekend of 5. The chase is up again by Nkuru. Delivers one. Tommy Songo comes up this time around. Here comes the long ball. The chase is up. Intercepted. Nigeria have a better hand. I think they're not taking chances. They got a comfortable 2-0 lead. They don't want to surrender anything. So probably after the first 45 minutes, we have to give away. We got 5 minutes. It's giving away now. Nigeria could go 3. This is Nkuru with his first touch wrong. So he keeps it in play. Plays it on the face of goal. It's cleared away by Sayuma. The lad has been brilliant for Liska FC over the years.
Yeah, I think Sayuma in recent times have been very brilliant from the way he plays. and I think that have earned him a call to the senior national team. But again, I would like to say I think we need to wake up, and from the way we play, if we don't be careful, I think we are going to go 3 goals down before the first half.
I say the prediction for the first half, hope that doesn't happen. Not Sherman trying to say the obvious may happen. Here comes a long one. It's headed away, intercepted by Nigeria. William Jabo, this is Jabo. Jabo trying to take on, I think he's trying to look for George. Is just ahead of him. I think Jabo is trying by all means to make sure that his former captain gets on the score sheet. This is the goal scorer. Nice control. The Nigerians are organized. Yeah, they organized. Awanko, Simeon. It comes there to Awozim. Awozim find Itibo, who has now switched to the right hand side of midfield. I think he has switched alongside Ndidi. Onkari Ikelichi. Jeremy Seve, James Diba. Diba is trying to use some energy. Yeah, good call by the referee. I think he still possesses some energy. The energy power Diba is still not 100%, but at least we can say 40%.
Yeah, sure. That's around 40%, and you see he tried to use some experience there, right there. He found a way that he could make a contact with one of the defenders to see how best he could get. He could have a free kick. And I think I see George Weah move onto the ball, and he played very fast to Oscar Dolly. This is a very different game.
Offside. Good call. Good call. I think it's interesting. I like the atmosphere. Liberia is down, but all you need to do is to subscribe to Orange. You can just dial *00 plus country code. You're gonna have some great packages. You can call to India, call to China. You can also call to the US as well as Canada. As you know, Orange, we are just #1 in Liberia. They are our prime sponsor for this all-important match. Nice control from Awozim, getting away from his marker. Awozim plays one. Nice stop by Tia Dennis. Oscar Mwefi Dole and Claude Baresh trying to look for James Diba. He wins it back. This is Diba and Oscar Dole offside. Great coordination. I think this kid got some future.
Yeah, I think that was a brilliant combination from James Diba and Oscar Dode. I think Oscar Dode, from the local teams, he's going to be the next Kevin Singler for us. You see him very little, but he tried to control the ball very carefully, and he have complete control over the ball.
He plays the ball based on his ability, because if he knows that you're bigger than him, he don't give you too many opportunities to get hold of him with ball advantage. This is Collins Jamola trying to deliver a crossing, but the defense has to switch on. There's a chance for Nigeria now on the edge of the 18-yard ball. Obi shoots and almost display goalkeeper Tommy Songo.
Like I said to you earlier, the way we defend is kind of so horrible. There's a lot of turnover, and I think Jeremy is having a difficult time in this game. We need to respond quickly to see how best we can stabilize the game, maybe by getting a goal or so.
2 minutes of either time. Don't know whether it's so much is an enough time to allow us get a goal, but we've had little of no chances in this first half. Goalkeeper Nziwa has been on a holiday. Absolutely, he's been on holiday, Sherman.
Yeah, but I think with our 2 substitutions in the second half, which I'm very sure of, getting our James Diba and His Excellency George Manneh, I think it's going to add a new flavor to the game. From the way we defend and the way we play, we need to wake up. We need to see this game as an international friendly. Until that, if we continue to play the way we play, I've watched all of the distribution from the goalkeeper and from our team. I think it's not a good thing for us. We have to take into consideration that James Diba is also Asian, likewise George Weah, so we need to have the ball to their feet instead of playing more high ball.
I think Diba is trying to be more harder in fight. George Weah to Oscar Dolly, looking for William Jabo. Just a little overhit. That was a chance for Liberia. I think they're trying to gel a little now, probably. They may play it in the first 5 to 10 minutes in the second half, because very shortly have the full 90 minutes. First half concluding here in this all-important encounter to retire the number 14 jersey. If you just see here, the number 14 jerseys hang just before the VIP end of the field. So Nzewa untested so far, and that's it. Montgomery blows the first half whistle. Nigeria leading Liberia 2-0. James Diba standing dismayed. I think he's not happy with the referees. You have to leave the referees and play football. That's exactly what it is. And we are having some words with his players. He's having some words with his players, and I think he's not happy. He's going to give some pep talks. What do you think at this time? What will our coach, probably the most senior player on the pitch, will be telling you guys in the locker room?
Yeah, I think right now His Excellency George Weah is trying to tell the player, you need to get the ball to my feet, you need to get the ball at the right moment. But in so doing, he also needs to take into consideration he's not playing with Kevin Singway or Oliver Mancall. You're playing a complete new generation of player. We have to do with Oscar Dolly and Sayuman. So there's a complete different breed of player. They don't understand how he plays. They don't understand his run, and I think it's a little bit difficult thing for him. From as he look right now, you see his body language look so down. You see, from the way he threw his hand, including James Diba, they look so frustrated, and I think they think the 2-0 is not a good score for them.
Absolutely not a good score for them. So, just to run you through some of the most exciting moments in this first half, let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll be going directly to the main playing surface where an official ceremony is expected to take place. My name is Moses. I'm here with the entire crew. Nashemo has been my special panelist, giving us some analysis on the first half of the game. Thanks for watching KMTV wherever you are. We'll take a break now on this halftime and go to the full ceremony on the playing pitch and come back later on to bring you a second and the final half, and which will lead to the retirement of the number 14 jersey from the national football team of Liberia.
They call me Jenna, they told me say my past sick and they need money for him to get a treatment. For your grandchildren, not small distance. I get the money in my bag here, but who to trust?
My girl, Orange Money has made everything easy for you and myself.
Kalichi. Kalichi and Henicho from Manchester City. He grew up through the roof ranks, and currently he's at Stoke City. Great run for him. He's playing the UEFA Champions League from Leicester. So this is Nigeria. Nigeria once more offside. Great save out of the way from Ashley Williams. Great save from Ashley Williams. Terry Bondo watching you all the way from Minnesota. Thanks for joining us. And all of those that are watching us all around the world, this is KMTV Live from the Samarkand Sports Complex. There's a memorial match to retire the number 14 jerseys of Liberia that is hosted high up here at the SKD with George Weah at the back of it. Weah 14 a remarkable run for a player during his days as a player of the national football team. And I've been rejoined by my colleague Emmanuel. Emmanuel has just joined the broadcast. Emmanuel, how does it look so far? How does it look so far as it relates to Liberia trolling 2-0? Can they make a comeback? Josh Weah wants to play 90 minutes, so I think so.
You cannot underestimate what President Josh Weah has in him as an ability to score. So I think he's come back. Before the second half could start, I saw him coaching the guys. He was talking to his players. I think the guys will come together, but they have to double up. They have to buckle up score a goal or two, because hanging this famous number 14 jersey up, I think it is something important that we should know that this jersey should be retired formally with, I think, a victory. A victory is what Liberians want. You can actually sense the disappointment in the voices of the fans that are here, especially Liberians. Most of them are disappointed as Liberia trails 0. Nigeria here, our counterparts are here, running ahead with 2.
They're running ahead with 2. That's exactly what they have at the moment, with a free kick on the back of Liberia. Liberia trailing 2-0. 3 players around the ball. Kalechi and Nicho. Kalechi dress back. Puts a long one. I think he was trying to test from a very difficult angle. Nash Shema will join us later on for the second half with expert analysis on this all-important encounter. Thanks for joining us. So this match is brought to you by KMTV. I think you have to appreciate that also. You don't need to have it on DSTV or Nigerian station. It's KMTV. This is Liberia's pride. That's why we coming to you. Our 991 viewers around the world, we say thank you for being with us here. We will have an official ceremony. We expected it at halftime, but it didn't take place. I think the Nigerians wanted to actually happen. So this is a match brought to you by now we reach a threshold of 1K view today on our football match view.
Moses, previously it was 1.3K views. So later on it dropped during the halftime to a little over 800,000 people. That's 800 people. So it is now going back. It is now 1K. We hope that it will exceed this number, because most of the people are interested in the action on the pitch.
Absolutely, a lot of people are interested in the actions that are taking place. Thank you so much, wherever you're watching from, for joining us on our broadcast. Asher Williams has now prepared himself. Let's put the long one. He reminds me of Louis Creighton, but it's just too high. I think it was a good goal kick, by the way. A lot of Liberians not satisfied. And quite a disappointing moment. I think this is charity. This is Anwanko looking for Kalechi. Kalechi chips it through to his teammate. This is Collins. Kalechi again. This is Liberia. On the far side, just hard across. William Jabot, Avin Makona is just building to it. That's Samujola. So it will be a throw to the Nigerians. So taken quickly. This is Obi Joel. Couple of substitution. William Jabot going high in that one on Ogu, the captain for Nigeria for the day. He's had a very long run for the Nigerian side. This is Ndidi controlling the middle of the park. Samujola, nice touch. Kalechi finds his teammate on the far side. This is Joel trying to find Kalechi once more on the edge. Kalechi This is Nigeria and a save. Brilliant attempt. Just turning away from his marker. Talking about Awanko. William Jabo keeps sending play. This is Jabo. Nice. William Jabo, he goes down. And the referee says it's foul. This should be. I think it's just too close. It's just too close to the 18-yard box. Let's see again. Jabo trying to make his way. He was just brought down just before he got into the danger area. So the ball is just closer. So George Weah, the president of Liberia, will take the cake. KMTV live here. If you missed some of those great moments from George Weah, he's here now to tell you this is what we're going to do. So James Diba is also there. He's there alongside. You can see that player number from all the way here. This is Diba. A long ball is there just into the wall. Pole kick taken by substitute Sekou Sheriff. Sekou is one of the good dare ball specialists in the local league, Nigeria. Sekou goes in, it's Liberia. James Diba keeps it in play. This is Diba. Diba just built into it. Ogun class for Nigeria. Ashley Williams. Makone slips, but it's just across. I think Coach Thomas Kojo will need to do something. It's 2-0. Liberia trolling. All you need to do is to look on the scoreboard. You see that James Diba trying to make some run. All you need to do, you don't have that pace energy anymore. This is Onchuku. He's there and getting away from his marker, placed on the face of goal. Brilliant stop by Liberia, number 4, Avin Makona. But Nigeria once more in possession. Ogu, the captain, find Ndidi. Ndidi with it now from Leicester City. The long ball is there. The goalkeeper comes in for better hand. Finds his team on the far side. This is Nigeria, number 18, push one high. And the Hicho looking for Awanko to Ashley Williams. This young goalkeeper is brave. Push one high, but nobody is there for Liberia. So it's brought down beautifully by Nigeria, number 18 in Delhi. They chases up now. William Jabo. This is Jabo. This is Jabo. Jabo goes down. The referee says it's fair challenge. Great block there from the Nigerian defense. I think Jabo is just all alone in this one.
Moses, actually, I don't see the president in the game any longer, but it's just that he's one man noted for scoring, and so he's there. Maybe the chance will be created for him to score, or maybe James Salinsa Deba.
We hope to see, because we already have Anthony Lafort on the bench, as well as Pa Shemon. They are central forwards. Ashley Williams comes up. I know he's quick off his feet. This kid never tried to stick in goal. But absolutely, I think it's a good moment for him to play against the Super Eagles of Nigeria in this competition.
Yes, you see his calculations are all well taken, and so looking at the zeal that he brings to the game, I think the national team has to just work with him for maybe the next 1 or 2 years. You will see the brilliance that is in him.
Ashley Williams trying to be like Alisson Becker of Liverpool, getting some great footwork. That's a brilliant world-class goalkeeper in the fight. So this is William Jabo. Jabo taking on his marker. Lost his feet on that one. It's Nigeria, number 16 now, substitute Akpai Dania. Also trying to use some his feet. This is Joel. Push one. But having Aloysius Samojola can chase, and Williamson leaves it. I'm here. Oscar Murphy Dolly. Get away from this marker. Dolly finds Sayuma. You have to release it. Sai again to Josh Weah. Josh Weah is just this nice turn, nice control. I think he received that an applause from the fans here. Remembering those days, Josh Weah can be caught at any time when he turns like that.
I mean, he's now old. We want to say.
Look at him.
He doesn't have that kind of strength.
Look at him. He was trying to just play
yes.
behind the defender, and I think that was a nice idea.
And there was no one to help him do the finishing touches for that play.
That's why age is man's most just moment on earth, as long as you live in. Because when age catches up with you, you never have to do anything about it. That's what it is. So Nigeria comfortably leading 2-0. Sekou Sherif foul on Oscar Moefidole, the lad from Claude Barret in Czech Republic. Probably we hope to see him playing top-level football in the future.
Of course, Moses. That will be a good thing for him.
The lad. Appearances for MIFA in the Malaysian Super League. So James Salisa Diba, the nation's most celebrated soccer star, makes way for the lad Pa Sherman. Very soon we also see a substitution for the Super Eagles. Kalu Ojim is expected to come on here for the Super Eagles. He's expected to come on also for Mwakele Kalichi. Mwakele Kalichi will make way. Sayuma finds his team on the far side. This is Oscar Moefidole. Sekou Sherif finds Avi Makwana. Makwana finds Aloysius Samojola. Looking for George Weah, foul. Good call by the referee. Adisawa Ajayi, you have to be very careful because this is the president of Liberia and he probably will need some protection in these instances.
Of course, but aside from that, I think that was a good call and the president himself is on top of that. Let's see what happens because I remember the other time the scoreboard is there. A kick is taken deep in the half of Nigeria.
Nice connection between the Liberian player Ashema looking for William Jebo. Nice coordination. Just too far, a little too ahead for Jebo, so he couldn't do anything with that. So it's still Nigeria leading 2-0. 62 minutes gone. 62 minutes gone. Samojola, the man from sensational PRC, always finds Sekou Sharif. Samojola place it overhead, but they sell it to Nigerian. Samojola once more for Liberia. Trying to find George Weah, but nice defensive work there from Weah. Intercepted. Nigeria can chase. Sayuma goes there. Foul. He's already on the book. Yeah, he's on the book, so he has to be very careful before he's dismissed in this game. Before he's dismissed in this game. So Nigeria playing the ball around on the far side. This is the goal scorer, Amonko, but Jeremiah Sigbe wins it. Gives it away once more. The chase is up now. He's on side. This is Orokoi. He goes there. Ashley William comes so quickly. The kid, 18 years old. Got some future for Liberia. Long ball for Jebo to chase. Can he keep it in play? Yeah, William Jebo. But it's just a cross for a Nigerian throw-in. Pocket of empty spaces. You can see that again. The goalkeeper just kept his cool, but some bit of great pressure from Captain Tia Dennis, former captain, I can say. Sayuma is off, and Savanos Dimle from Sparta Moscow comes in here for Liberia, wearing the number 8 jersey. I know Joe Nangwe can reminiscent the memories wearing this number 8 jersey for the Lone Star of Liberia. The only player to win the armband ahead of George Weah, Joe Nangwe. Jabo has, this is Dolly. Long ball from Jeremiah Sigbe. Dolly brings it down. Pass Yemen. George Weah. Weah close to the gap. Nice shot, Sekou Sharif. I think he's enjoying his time with the kids.
Yes, now we have a corner. We hope that they will utilize that corner to at least score a goal, because most of those that are watching the game live via our platform, most of these comments I'm reading, the guys are disappointed looking at the way things are going for the president to hang his jersey with a defeat. I think it is not a good result. It is not a good history to be set, as we've gone 66 minutes in this match. So it means that the team has to double up, make a comeback, and score 1 or 2 goals. You see now the momentum is now given to the players by the goalkeeper, because he's made at least 4 or 5 brilliant saves, which is a good one for Liberia.
Absolutely, because everyone is a teamwork foul by Jebo. Long ball through. Ashley William comes there, and offside against Kalechi and Ehichu. Kalechi thinks he's now in the offside position. Thinks he's now in the offside position. This was earlier. This was earlier. A turn from George Weah. Playing it through to Sekou Sharif, and Sharif took his time to take a strike. It's giving away once more.
That was a 40 pass.
Fibo. Indeed. Great turn from that's Itiboni fight. This is Kalechi. Kalechi. On to Ogu, the captain. The long ball is there. It's just Ashley Williams comes out, picks it up quickly. He's always off his feet. This kid, his first.
He's actually impressive, Moses. I want to say that he's impressive. You see him well calculating his steps toward the players.
The chase is up now from Ajim. Ajim with that place on the face. Brilliant stop. Tia Dennis almost got himself in trouble.
And
so
Moses, what I do see is that the defense of Liberia is a little confused or has broken down to an extent. So the guys have got to compose themselves or recompose themselves to be able to protect their goal post.
Okay, I think you have to switch on when you're playing in defense, central defense, fullback positions, because this is where the runs and crosses appear, and the cross is in the other way. Oscar Dolly beating William Jebu. Jebu on to Savannah's Nimle. Looking for Pa Sherman downfield on the right hand side. Pa, by the way, came from Aries FC before moving on to Lions, and he's had some good of international thing. Playing in Tanzania also, and went to South Africa. This is Murphy Dolly beating. Nice control, beautiful interception by Ajayi. The Nigerians having a better day. They're leading 2-0, having better hand of possession. Those Liberia is trying to fight back. 70 minutes already played in this match. This is the first goal scorer. A long ball now on the far side for Ojim, the substitute. Samuel Ojim trying to take on Ojim, moving deep, Nigeria, and it's just held away. This is a glorious opportunity to have gone number 3. Nice turn from Ojim ahead of Avin Makona, and the chip just 6 yards out. Could not be directed by Simeon Awanko into goal. If you can see that once more, I tell you, nice turn. Makona couldn't do anything with that, and this is Awanko just in the area, to go to head in, because Ashley Williams had nothing to do with that because he was lying flat on his back already. Samuel Jola intercepts. Trying to look for George Weah. I think Weah is trying to get a goal, at least maybe scoring his last competitive international goal, because there's the competitive match. This is Ojin once more. Ojin taking on Samajola. But I think Samajola trying to stand his ground to allow Ojin goes back to a table. This is Obi, Joel, Ashley Williams.
Moses, that was incredible of him, and I want to personally thank him for the level of maturity he's so far exhibited on the pitch for the few minutes he has been there. But some of the comments that we are getting here, as I speak, I'm telling you. But let me just inform you again, our viewership has reached as far as 1.1K. So kudos to you guys. In 20 minutes, this match will officially come to a climax. If the score remains as it is, it means that Joshua hangs his jersey with a bad result. Someone was commenting, if you want a victory, why are you going to Nigeria?
Absolutely. I think we has already retired from international football in Monaco, France. since 2003. This is just probably a moment for Liberia to see him hang the jersey for the national football team of Liberia, the number 14 jersey to be retired. Offside. I have to see that once more. We have to see that once more. Because I don't know. Very tight. I don't think he was offside. Maybe we'll see it from another angle maybe. But it's not it. It's not in the offside position. There he is. It's not in the offside position. So probably the referee do have some Murphy Dolly fighting on, try to toss on TV. Away by Jeremy Segwe. Probably Joel Johnson will know that he got a bit of competitor on the local scene. Jeremy from Barak Young Controllers didn't have a chance against DR Congo in that competitive Nations Cup qualifiers. Nigeria taking their own time. The Super Eagles have some great run. They almost made their way through to the knockout rounds of the last 16 of the FIFA World Cup, but it didn't go well. Headed away now. This is Oscar Murphy Dolly, Sekou Sharif, Samajola, LPRC, a lot of young lads. Oscar Dolly, fans, former captain Tia Dennis, Asher Williams, trying to find William Jabo. Jabo can chase. Jabo is tossed. This is William Jabo. This is Jabo. The referee says play continue. And the toss is there. Jabo. What can Jabo do? Jabo chased it. And it's just held away. And the Nigerians can break away now. This is Ogo Kalichi. He tried to take his time to go left. Yeah. Place it over here on the far side of the field for his number 2. That's Jamalu Collins. This is Collins once more. Nigeria now. Ojim trying to tip the angle. He was looking over the head of Ashley Williams.
I think he was trying to kick for the second time because that was the same goal he scored on Tommy Songo. So he was trying this wonder kid, but then his ball went off target. But trust me, I don't think Liberia is going to concede another goal. It's just that the guys from Nigeria, they're not making football lazy.
Another substitution for Nigeria. The first goal scorer is off. That's Onyankuru, Henry Onyankuru. He's off. He's been replaced by number 7. That's Sonny Odor. And another substitution for Nigeria, Simeon Awanko, one of the scorers. The two goal scorers are off the pitch now. They're off the pitch, and Awanko was replaced by Adetonji, Sunday Adetonji. So it's substitution. William Jabo makes way for Sekou Kwane. The man who picked Liberia ahead of the Netherlands. I think the match ball, it will be a fair play advantage. Probably. We've gone 76 minutes, and we can just run you through a lot of moments for Liberia. And I see that George Weah was not just a player for Liberia. He was not just a player for Liberia. He had some great moments. He having some worse. I don't know. Probably he's looking if he will be substituted. Talking to young Savannah's namely. I think he's still got some eye. Oscar Dolly, pass Sherman. This is Savannah. Savannah is there offside. Serious offside. We have to see that again. A good call by the referee. Oscar Dolly is just trying to look in the middle of the park always. Pass Sherman. I think he's not just a central forward, but he's always trying to play the long balls for the running men. So finally, another substitution. Finally, George Weah, the captain of Liberia, bids farewell. And it's a moment, what a moment for Liberia, what a moment for a player. This is the last time we will see a number 14 jersey in a Lone Star shirt. Still waiting an official ceremony, but George Weah is being surrounded by these young players of the Liberian national team, the Lone Star, and applause the Liberia national football team. And the number 5 for Liberia received the armband from George Weah. That's Kemo Kamara will be the captain for this match now. Kemo Kamara receives the armband from George Weah. And Weah, I don't know whether he's going to sit on the substitute bench, but he's been escorted. He's been escorted. He's been escorted. I think he will have to change his jersey. He will be moved directly into the dressing room. A scene of the VIP stands, government officials. Now it's competitive match. Liberia will need to play the last 10 minutes. A long shot from Sekou Sherif, a left-footed one. So the Nigerians can now know that it's time for serious business. It's time to play football in the last 10 minutes of this match. Imagine George Weah played 80 minutes of competitive football today.
Yeah. Yes, Moses. He's out now. The young guys are on the field. Let's hope that they can do something that will bring about a change, a positive change in the score, as the game has now reached 80 minutes now in the time of play. So it is our ardent prayer, it is our ardent hope and prayer that the young guys will make a change, will bring a surprise, at least for the fans of football or sports, to go home with smiles on their faces.
You know, before we can bring this jersey back, you the player that want to wear the number 14 jersey, you might have won the best player in Africa, the least, or played a key role in qualifying Liberia for a continental event like the Africa Cup of Nations. Apart from that, absolutely, nobody is going to wear the number 14 jersey. We will retire that jersey today, according to George Weah. Foul. Good call by the referee. So, free kick to Nigeria. Liberia got less than 10 minutes plus added time.
And trust me, 10 minutes in a game, 10 minutes in a game is enough time to score even 3, 4, 5 goals. It all depends on the calculated tactics that will be employed or that will be instituted by the core of players that are on the field.
Goal kick to Liberia. Wherever you are, we want to say thank you for being with us. Our 1.2K viewers around the world, we say thank you for always trusting KMTV. That is why we bring you quality of programming, quality of courage. Asher Williams taking some risks, trying to imitate the examples of LSM Becker. Foul on Oscar Moifidole. Joel Obi.
And Moses, you know, I'm keen on our viewership. It is fluctuating. Before it was 1.2K, now it is 1.1K. Some people are concerned about that, and we are close with that authority to inform you just in case your modern state-of-the-art technology is not furnishing you with the necessary pieces of information, which we think I think that should have been a penalty, but the referee says since indeed Liberia is still in possession of the ball, let's forget it and you can move on. And so the penalty was not called for, I think, in my mind, but the referee ignored that, Moses.
Tia Dennis coming from all the way central back. I think he has now found himself playing in a bit of attacking position. Maybe he's gone deep into midfield now because...
Moses, someone is laughably asking about the after party. Where would it be?
I don't think that is our call. That's not a question for us to answer here. It's a call of the president. We are here to bring you live this match from the Samarkand Sports Complex between Liberia and Nigeria. The last time Nigeria visited Liberia, it ended 2-2 in a Nations Cup qualifiers. So, Camus Kamara keeps it in play for Liberia. Finds Ashley Williams. Ashley, he seems a two-footed player. The chase is up now. This is Savannah's Nimle. Nimle for Liberia. What can Nimle do? Nimle gets away. What can Nimle? Bashema. Shoots! Trying to take the goalkeeper from first ball. You don't score like that in these kind of international matches. You don't test an outstanding goalkeeper from first post. You have to play the ball because you have a lot of your men moving in attack to maybe make use of those kind of opportunities. But it's still Nigeria leading Liberia 2-0.
And pressure is being mounted from all angles of the field. From all spectrum, as we see, the guys from Liberia, so energetic. I'm very sure, I'm quite confident enough, that's what my intel tells me, that there will be possibly a goal from the look of things as I calculate things.
So a bit of unsportsmanlike with Itibo. I think he seems a bit disappointed. He's a bit disappointed that he was tackled harshly by Pa Sherman. But Sherman is saying, hey, I didn't get it. So he still haps there. So, but at the moment, it's Liberia trailing 2-0 at home. DR Congo, we have hoped that probably they will get that 2-0 ahead of Liberia, but I think Lone Star gave them a match to play with. This is Tia Dennis just in the way. Ashley Williams goes there. I think he had a hand on it, by the way, but an offside against Kalichi. And Kalichi already had the flag waved against him. Sekou Sharif getting away. Ref says foul. It should be the yellow card. That was reckless. You don't pull from the back. That's what the laws of the game says. Oscar Murphy Dolly. Bashama gives it away. Liberia over better hand. Sekou Sharif looking for Jeremy Sigwe. Jeremy back to Sekou. Sekou chips it overhead. He's just held it away looking for Pa Sherman. Great defensive work there from Ojim Samuel, the substitute. So Liberia has a corner kick at the moment.
And 4 minutes to go, Moses.
4 minutes of normal time. Sekou Sharif lifts it up. And they sell it away. Nobody is there attacking the ball. You have to be up. You have to switch on when cross is coming as an offensive player. Sekou Kwane. Ref says it's foul again on Sekou Kwane. Once more, look at that. Nobody attacking the ball, though the goalkeeper was beating deep. Similar goal conceded by Liberia earlier on. from Samuel Wonko. 2 first half goals from Nigeria early on. They now see a better way to test their Liberian counterpart. The long ball is there again. Ashley, left-footed. Foul on Pa Sherman. Good call by the referee. Ogun commits a foul. Murphy Dolly playing a bit of leadership role now in the center of the field. You can't cross him over there. You have to go a little bit closer, maybe even with the 18-yard box. Then you have your teammates moving up. Jeremy Sigbert still trying to cross. Pa Sherman. Penalty to Liberia. Good call by the referee. Azim Montgomery just on the hand of Ogun. And we can see.
Yes, Moses, I think I was talking about that. Looking at the critical stage of the game, I think anything can happen. Even 1 minute is very important in a match. It is sufficient enough to make a comeback, to score a winning goal or to score an equalizer.
2 minutes on, Pa Sherman can register his first international goal for Liberia. The man from Mifa United can score for Liberia to at least get a consolation, probably let Liberia. Isaac Montgomery. And Pa Sherman scores! I think the goalkeeper did well. He went the right way. And the way this is goalkeeper Ekpai Daniel against Pa Sherman. Sherman's too firm. The midfield attacker actually placed it into the back of the net. A bit of jubilation here now in the VIP stands. At least Pa Sherman will register his name in the record books that he scored on his international debut, seen 4-time for Liberia. This is Kelechi getting away. Kelechi is there. Ashley Williams uses his legs. Sell it down. Savannah Snimle. Pa Sherman goes back to Samuel Jola. Trying to look for Sekou. Offside.
What's the offside then?
That's an offside. Good call by the referee. His assistant on the far side.
And from the angle where you see our camera is trying to stream from, as President Josh, we are being escorted heavily by security guards of the EPS and other security apparatus in our country. A brief ceremony will be held as we talk about the retirement or hanging of the number 14 jersey, formerly by the Liberian leader, George Weah.
Sekou Kone again commits a foul. He's been so aggressive since he came on. A very young player, 21 years old. Yellow card to the captain, Ogun. He's been aggressive on referee Azim Montgomery. I think it's not too good. Wide tackle. Maybe we can see that one more time. Sekou Kone came in late to the tackle. A late tackle from Sekou on Joel Obi. And Obi is still on the ground. 2-1 to Nigeria. But the Nigerians not happy with that. They think Sekou Kone could not go unpunished by the referee. So some conference there. Already President George Weah is into the VIP stands of the SKD. Just waiting now for the full-time whistle. We have not seen the full-time whistle blown yet. The added time. So right right after the foul. Here comes Kelechi. Tia Dennis, he's been tossed. Yeah, the ball is intercepted. Long ball for Sherman. This is Sherman. This kid is good. He turns around, intercepted. Savannah Nimle comes in. It's just across the touchline for the Nigerians to throw. I think they want to keep it this way. They want to keep it this way to see whether they can walk away with a 2-1 victory. It will be a memory moment for even the Super Eagles of Nigeria that on the retirement of the it's 1 minute at a time in this match. So we'll be making our way to see whether when we get down, we can speak to some of those players that feature in this match, what moment it means for them to play it alongside George Weah. Liberia now, goal kick to Nigeria.